Welcome everybody. Tonight we are going to have a discussion on the importance of having male school teachers in primary education. I have three special guests with me, Aaron Denver, Lucy Parker and Lee Townsend, who will now tell you a little bit more about themselves.
Hello, my name is Aaron Denver and I'm a Year 4 teacher at Beecham Primary School. I am in my third year of teaching and I am the only full-time male at my school. I believe that the lack of male teachers is an issue that needs addressing.
Hi, my name's Lee Townsend. I'm a Year 2 teacher at Avondale Primary School. I've also been teaching for 3 years, but I don't feel that the lack of male primary school teachers is an issue. I think there's more issues that need sorting out first.
Hi, my name's Lucy Parker. I'm a single parent of 2 children. I've got a son in Year 3 and a daughter in Year 6, and I don't think the lack of male primary school teachers is an issue, and there's a clear reason as to why they're not suited to the role.
A recent study has shown that only 26% of school teachers in England are male, and this figure drops to 15% regarding primary school teachers. In your opinion, why do you think there is a lack of male primary school teachers?
Well, Laura, it could be partly down to the legal minefield of teacher-pupil contact. Female teachers will have no issues if a child wants to come and sit on their knee or ask for a hug, but yet if it was a male, then this could raise issues. Also, people have the misconception that teaching is for women due to their caring and maternal instincts. This could also discourage men from entering the field.
I think the lack of male primary school teachers is due to the natural interest that men have to work in manual and physical labour. The reason for the lack of males becoming primary school teachers is due to the suitability of the job. Primary school teaching has been ranked in a study as the least suited profession for males and the most suited for females. This will lead to males seeing themselves as unsuitable for the job and seeking alternate career paths.
I personally feel that the lack of male primary school teachers is due to the social status that comes when teaching younger children. The social status is that when teaching younger children, this implies you have lower intelligence. This will lead to more male teachers pursuing education at a higher level in secondary schools.
Is there really any difference between male and female teachers?
There is no difference in teaching between male and female teachers. However, the roles of a male teacher are perceived differently to those of females. Male teachers are viewed as strict, the go-to person fixing technology and lifting heavy things. Males are also viewed as being put in charge of male subjects such as PE.
Here I must disagree with Aaron. Studies from Carrington have shown that teachers' gender has no effect on the students' academic motivation and engagement, and that students value teachers that are consistent, even-handed and supported with them. This indicates to me that there is no difference between male and female teachers, and that differences come from their personalities and their work rate as opposed to the gender.
I believe there is a clear difference between male and female teachers, yes. I have always understood that in order to be an outstanding teacher, there is a clear caring side to the job, and have witnessed female teachers being exceptionally good at this. I am unsure that males would be so conscientious. Speaking from personal experience, my children's female teachers have always had a natural maternal instinct, and I am unsure how males would fill this role.
Interesting, some clear contrasting views there. Statistics show that 25% of schools have no male teachers at all. This is a huge difference. Is it important to have at least one?
Definitely. If children pass through the whole of primary school without experiencing a male teacher, then pupils do not get enough chance to converse with male adults. This can affect their confidence when it comes to high school, where they'll have to engage with male teachers regularly. This is especially important since some children may not have a father figure at home, so a male teacher is invaluable to them.
No, there doesn't need to be a male teacher or male role model. Single mothers prove that children can be raised perfectly fine without a male role model in or outside of school. I have read in The Guardian that 1 in 3 children have lived with only a single mother. These children have done just as well in school.
No, I don't feel it is important for children to have at least one male teacher, and that the need for a male role model is not needed. This is because female teachers can be role models for male pupils, and some male teachers are just seen as a novelty, that male students only relate to them because they are different to the other teachers in the school. Also, the call for more male role models in primary schools assumes that all boys need male role models in their life, and that men and women teach differently. Although some teachers are comfortable with being children's role models, others reject the idea by saying that their main role is to educate the children and not to be a parent substitute for them.
Studies show that girls' achievement is greater than boys throughout their whole education. Do you think the lack of male teachers affects boys' progress?
There's certainly a widening gap in achievement between boys and girls. It is impossible to blame this on the lack of male teachers, however, it is an issue. Maybe males learn better with a male role model sat in front of them. However, maybe female teachers have bias towards the girls in the class.
Although there seems to be a perceived need for more male teachers to improve performance and motivation of boys, readily available empirical evidence has shown that gender has little to no effect on achievement, and that good teaching and not gender is what really helps influence boys' grades and girls' grades in the classroom.
I don't think that the lack of male teachers is relevant when considering boys' progress. Speaking from experience, my son doesn't think it's cool to be clever and would rather be popular. His peers are a larger issue in terms of progress being good or bad, and not the teachers. Boys are easily distracted from their work, and this is a huge contribution.
What changes do you think could be made to encourage more males to go into primary teaching?
The gender gap at university is growing, with far more females enrolling on courses than males. This makes it unlikely for the gender gap to change in schools. The government needs to do something to encourage more boys to go into university, so we'll have more males studying education. Maybe a more hands-on approach instead of academic writing would encourage more males onto courses.
I personally don't think change is needed to get more males onto educational courses, as figures have shown in the past decade that the amount of males in teaching has risen. The figures show it was 15% in 2008, and this has risen to 21% in 2014. Even though this is only a small increase, it does show that more males are getting into teaching. The issue should be keeping these males in teaching and not getting more in.
I'm not going to comment on this. I feel it's not something that should be changed. I believe things work well in schools as they are.
Studies show that 32% of males that work in primary schools are in senior management roles. Why do you think this is?
I personally think males are more suited to the high-powered roles. They've got less interaction with the children, so they don't need to take on the maternal role, which is more suited to women. Forbes suggested that leadership has more masculine traits, such as assertiveness and dominance, which women tend to be more gentle, so that works well for men.
I believe this is a gender imbalance that needs to change. Children see women all the time as teachers, dinner ladies and cleaners, and yet they see a male in a leadership role. This gives them the misconception that a male should be in a high-powered role and not as a teacher. This stops them going into the educational field and results in a lack of male primary school teachers.
This is an issue that a lot of trainee male teachers do have to suffer through, as they experience negative views from more qualified teachers, especially from female qualified teachers. One viewpoint is that males progress through management a lot quicker than females, purely based on the gender, no matter how good and qualified they were for the job. This combined with a common opinion that males get their jobs because they're males, and that schools are looking for more men to fill jobs. This makes males very frustrated with their job, and that their gender is what gets them jobs and promotions, not their actual quality of teaching, which may be the actual reason.
A much higher number of males drop out of the profession as opposed to women. Do you have any understanding of why this may be?
Teacher retention is an issue, with 26% of newly qualified teachers quitting their posts within 3 years. For males, the female-dominated environment may become too intimidating for them. Also, the attitudes of parents towards teachers and their lack of maternal instincts could force a male teacher out of their role.
I personally feel the most significant barrier that young male teachers such as myself have to overcome is the physical contact with children, and that interviews with males and females have shown that males are subject to much more hostility and suspicion than the female colleagues for the reason of getting into teaching, with the preconceived conceptions that come with the reason for joining teaching.
Having a lot of friends that are parents as well, I can definitely understand your point about physical contact. I think there are preconceived ideas in the media based around men, and I can honestly say a lot of my friends would feel uncomfortable with male teachers being in the changing rooms or having the child sit on the knee or being cuddled by a male teacher.
It is clear that we haven't reached a definitive conclusion on the issue, although we have had some very interesting and differing opinions. Thank you for answering the questions.